that they would invest all this stuff in making a movie about us, and then we'd do the same thing with somebody else, and there'd be different movies in the marketplace and stuff like that. So fair enough. So we did a non-compete. We wouldn't license or have anybody else do a major feature about us. And it was for, I forget what it was, but the point being it had an extension term, and when all the terms are done and the extension term is done, that's December 15th this year. So we're free to do something else from December 15th. Something else meaning we were free to allow another movie maker to come in. And nothing's confirmed, but we've got some discussions here with some people who would like to do that. So they know about that term. I think the seaweed is now officially done. Let me just check this. It's a bit hard to see what's happening. I don't know if you can see this on video, but the parts that I've carved now, the black you're seeing is the paper that was left on top. And due now to me rubbing all over this and banging and cutting, the paper's coming off in places. So we see places like this where there's the black, the paper's on, and then it's white. So I can't go back and recarve this stuff at this point because the paper's missing in a bunch of places. There's one line that didn't get cleared. The next time I can touch this, it will be after proof printing. You know, when the whole block is done and we've washed off all the paper, we're doing proof printing, then I have to go over everything. Look at the proof, look for strange stuff, look for bits that I might have missed, look for lines that are funny, look for lines that are chipped that I didn't notice. We're weeks and weeks away from that. But that will be the next. This particular job is not necessary, but I just want to see these lines as clearly as I can at this point. That's the seaweed and stuff. Oh no, there's a line, look at that. Oh, it's cut but not cleared, okay. Clear that. Clear this. Then in the other area below the octopus here, back here's the part where I started months ago. I was really rusty. We don't want to inspect this corner too closely. Oh, look at that. There's one corner missed. Look at this. Right back at the very beginning. Where are we here? Am I in the video still? Here we are. Oh, chat again. Sorry. Tony. Carving the hairlines. I know it's absolutely on my plan. When I get to her face on this block, when I get to this area, that's the chance for me to get some tight close-up and make a separate YouTube video on YouTube. Will you be willing to show the first key block print down the line to show what you need to touch up? You mean the first proofing? Yeah, sure, whatever. How many color blocks? This is going to be 4 pieces of wood, both sides. And it might need a bit of explanation there. So it's going to be 8 impressions. The original book page didn't have that many impressions. It would have been 6. And my version, our version, is going to be a bit different, and a couple of reasons. Oh, here's the staff. What time is it? 9:25, that's it. Yeah, good timing now. Just finish off this corner. The original book design. I think I've got a copy here. Here, I'll slide it under the video. Oh, it's made of plastic. Here's the original. Let's take a safe for work part of it. There's the octopus. And above him, there's text all around the page, all over the page, while these two people, the she and the octopus, are involved. There was a story. There was text going on. Now, that's, you know, meaningless and not understandable to most people these days. Even contemporary Japanese can't read it. It's an archaic text, archaic style of writing. So the idea here is not to carve the text on the same block as the key lines. In the old days it was. The text and the figures were on the same block. So my thoughts at the moment on how to do this are, I'm not going to put the text on this block. And I'm going to carve the text on a separate block. You can line it up so that it, you know, comes in the same place. Who's this? Kawai-san, good morning. Hello. You've been watching the stream on in the train? 電車の中にそうか。Look at this, we got loops going round and round. He's on his way to work. He's been watching this stream on the train. Shut it off, okay? We don't want to stress the Wi-Fi here. Let me see. Can they see what you are? Here, say hello. Come on in and say hello. Yeah. Kawai-san's been, it's double duty. He's done Thursday and Friday. No, you did Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Nani?
Saturday, Sunday.
Ah, Monday. Soka. You did yesterday, today, and tomorrow then. Okay, good. 今日も少ないか?
今日は
Who knows?
10 o'clock.
あ、OK。紙、全然見てないです。
Okay.
紙用意してないですから、本当にごめんね。Oh, looking at the broadcaster, I've got dropped frames, so I don't know. 今、フレームがちょっとドロップしますから。今、Wi-Fi 使ってる？使ってない？
今消しました。
OK。はい、OK。Let me get back to this. Sorry, to finish off this corner. What was I talking about? I can't remember. Yeah, the blocks. So we're going to carve the text on a separate block and then put the print out when it comes time to finally make it and sell it. There will be people, I think, who are totally not interested in having that visible because it's kind of messy if you don't know what's going on. And there will be people who would like to have it. So we'll make the print as an option with or without text. Then there's something else that wasn't present in the original. Because the text was there and because this was a cheap book, they didn't bother to print a background color in. Is it sea, is it sky, whatever, we don't know. But to do this for us as a single sheet that is going to be seen by itself, not as a book page, that would just be too stark and bare. So I'm going to cut a block to print that background area. And it probably won't even be visible as a color. We'll just do something faint as a tint, just so it doesn't look bare and unfinished. So anyway, long story short, there will be 8 blocks. It'll be 4 pieces of wood carved both sides. And then depending on the options that people choose. This is all my current thinking. What we'll actually do, I'm not quite sure. So this isn't a guarantee. So we'll do a version, I think, with text, without text. And then handle the background color depending on what it looks like once we see. Then there's another thing we're thinking about. This is the kind of thing that a number of people are interested in. They're going to like to have, but it's also not something that they're maybe not going to want to put on their living room wall. You know, whatever, for obvious reasons. Not that they're ashamed of it, but you don't want to have this thing in your face all day long, every day. So we have to think about how we're going to present it, given that people may not be wanting to frame it. And there's a few options there. Of course, you know, we'll sell the print just in a package. You do what you want with it, no problem. But one idea may be to prepare a sort of a presentation box for it. The print's not going to be all that huge. Prepare a presentation box so you can keep it on your bookshelf or whatever. Then when somebody comes over, hey, let me show you this neat thing I got from Japan, you would open the cover, a wooden box, you know, you'd flip open the cover, pull back the protective sheet, and there's the design, there's the print sitting in its box. You know, it's one way. You can look at it, enjoy it, and then close the cover, put it back. And another idea, which would be a bit more expensive, is to do some versions on very thin paper. The normal paper we use is too thick, it doesn't roll easily. But do some versions on thin paper and offer the option of scroll mounting. So it comes up as a small scroll. You know, again, you keep it out of sight. When you want to see it, you hang it up. And when you've had enough, put it away. That's a neat idea. It sounds great, but the problem is to get good scroll mounting. We're going through that now. I did a larger scroll some years ago. Had them mounted in China inexpensively, and this mounting has rotted. That's what I get for trying to save money. Stupid, but anyway. So now we're having to have them remounted in Japan, and it's $300 each to have those things mounted. That's much larger than this one, but still, most of the cost is in doing the job. It's not in the fabric itself. So to have these scroll mounted, it's going to be at least like $200 each, and the price of the print's going to be nowhere near that much. So I don't know. Maybe for me just not to worry about it, just make these options available, and people can, you know, handle it as they will. But that's the current thinking. 4 pieces of wood, both sides, 8 impressions. Make it available with and without the text. Make it available on normal paper and on special thin paper for scroll mounting, and maybe, you know, have it mounted here and have that as an option here in Japan. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Step 1, get it done. The calligraphy carving, if I do that, that's going to be some work, you know, because in the old days they were professional carvers who specialized in calligraphy work. So a block like this, one guy or him and his assistants would have carved the woman and the octopus. Then it would have gone across the workshop or possibly down the street to another workshop for carving the calligraphy. Guy who just sits there all day, click, 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 carving all the text, you know. Insanely fast. And you can see too, we'll talk about this later, I'll show close-ups. He did a really, really rough, fast job. It didn't matter, it was a porn book, who cared? Anyway, talking too much, and it's 9:30 and the shop's going to open, staff is coming, and I've finished the anemones. So that's it, we're going to call this a day here. Next step when I come back, it'll be later tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to start tentacles and stuff, you know, probably down here. There's an octopus tentacle with all these, where am I? All these dots, that's where we'll start next by next. And I'll probably do it, because I'm a bit of a control freak, I'll probably do it tentacle by tentacle or something, I don't know, who knows. No promises. And starting in the next video, we're going to have to mark this as being adult content. Yeah, framing, okay. Arcane ritual, yeah, arcane. Okay, we're off for the, thanks very much, it's been an hour and a half. Thanks for watching, all you guys. Thanks for the feedback. You know, I may have missed lots of stuff, I have no idea. I'll have a look through it later. And I haven't decided yet what to do about the archiving. I'm going to sort of store them temporarily and try to figure out how to do that. I don't know, what's the word? Highlights up on YouTube. Okay, over to the broadcaster, stop streaming. Thanks very much again, see you next time.